Hello everybody, welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. I hope that you're having a great day, a good morning, great evening wherever you are, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for viewing. Hello everybody. Okay, I thought I'd make this very simple. Now I'm using the spray bottle just to mist the paper. Now if your paper is flat, then it's a different story, but I put just misted it because I didn't want the water running down the paper. I'm using a Prussian blue. Now notice I'm just going across one time with the same paint, and as it comes down it's getting lighter and lighter. Now this is one of those scenes that, okay, if you ever seen the skies like in the evening, or in the evening when, the moon is up and the sky is like just about gone, the day is about gone, or, early in the morning when you still see the moon, but yet the sun is there coming up. That's kind of how it is. Now, if you want to make it like more of a daytime scene, I suggest using a light blue, like maybe a cobalt blue, or more or less a cerulean blue would be really nice. Okay. Now notice how I left the center there. That's actually water. Okay, that's your ocean there, or a lake or whatever. Now this color is actually called orange red. Now you can use a yellow, if you want it really bright, you can use lemon yellow, or you can also use a yellow ochre, but you don't want it too strong. And then right below that, I'm coming back with the Prussian blue, and I'm going to make it darker. Okay. Now, these are fun to do, and these are very easy. I was just sitting here and I was thinking, I want something easy to paint, So, and you can use any kind of brush you want. You wouldn't want to use a fan brush on this. But something that's kind of flat. In this case, I'm using the Hake brushes to go across, and then here's a little trick here. I'm sure you've seen these in other videos. I don't do these a lot, but I take a little toothbrush, put a little bit of water on that toothbrush, and then a little bit of white pigment. And you don't have to do this. And just kind of, with your finger, sprinkle the sky, like if those are stars. Now they will fade. Straight up from where I didn't paint, I'm putting a little circle there for the moon. Now if you have your sky wet enough, just take a little piece of paper towel and dab out that paint and make it a circle. You could do it that way too. Okay, so now what you're seeing is we have our moon, we have the yellow, which demonstrates the color of the sun coming up. Okay, now here I'm putting in green. I'm using sap green, okay? Now you don't want to, put it all together at the same shapes. These are trees. This is the tree line. So what you want to do is just go back and forth to little, some taller trees, some small, using the tip of your bristles, tip of the brush. Just kind of pushing that paint in there. And you kind of want it fairly dry because it gives it the leaf effect. Even though we want this to be distant, right? Now, you can also do this. Take a little bit of your blue that you've been using and dab in parts of those trees, just a little here and there. And now you'll give your trees some shade, right? You'll give them some shade. Now, you're still looking at this, okay? Is the sun coming up or is the sun going down, right? And that's what I was saying in the one video I did. You don't really see the sun because it's too bright. But, I mean, we see the moon because it's white and different colors, oranges and beautiful moons. But the sun is always so bright. If you want to do it realistically, you mainly get the brightness, the colors from the sun. So here, if you want to make some of your trees pop out, like with the daylight coming or going, put a little bit of lemon yellow here and there, and it brings out those trees really nicely. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, and if you notice the stars that I put in the sky, you don't have to do that, but they will fade, Sometimes you have to put a lot of them in there if you really want that. But if you're using like a cerulean blue, a light blue, then, you're not really going to see the stars very much, but you're not really going to see the sun a whole lot either. The moon. And that's how it is. The lighter the sky, the lighter the moon. Okay, so I went back in with my Prussian blue. Now, normally I would be using ultramarine blue, which is a wonderful color. But this ain't too far from ultramarine. And I'm just going back over the ocean here. Now, it doesn't have to be an ocean. It doesn't have to be water. You can make this a field, You could put trees in this field. And, that's where the imagination comes in. Notice I'm leaving in those white lines. The white. And that's because I'm using very little white, out of the tube. So my main focus here was really not to use white. I only did it for the stars, for an example. And I'm doing it here with the birds because you don't see a whole lot of white birds. But they're out there. Now, if you do put white birds in there, of course you want to put them over the darkest spots in the sky. Okay. And with the same color that I used for the sky and for the ocean, I'm just putting in some birds down there. This is wonderful, and it's very easy to do. And if you want you could put a little bit of blue or brown, just a dot by those birds, the white birds. But thank you for viewing and have a wonderful day. Sincerely, John.